Hello and welcome to episode 50 of Unknown to World Known, the big 5-0 for this series. Didn't think we'd ever get this far. I'm quite happy with myself for committing to this as much as I have, and have to say I'm really enjoying it. Don't intend to let it stop anytime soon. Since you were last with us, when we played Liverpool and Charlton, we then lost 2-1 to Portsmouth, lost 1-0 to Stoke, drew 1-1 with Hull. It's been a bit of a disaster. And we're ending the season now against Sunderland and Huddersfield, and we're 3 points inside the playoffs. A win against Sunderland would secure us in the playoffs, but we've got to get this win. This is where we're starting to our shaky form starting to get very close to causing us some problems, and we need to be in the playoffs at the very least for me to be happy, especially considering how secure we were in there at one point. We're back with the lineup in just a moment. Okay, so we're going with a lineup today of Christensen in goal, Geraldo, Charles, Mumin, and Tripadelli as the back four, Casato and Masengo are the holding midfielders, Shortire on the right, Chair on the left, Akalde through the middle, and then Scarlett up front. So it's very much the first 11 you've come to expect from ourselves. And let's see if they can get the job done today. And early on, we've got a corner which we've actually scored from. I was meant to have I paused the recording. I was meant to pause the match. I looked up and saw that it hadn't paused. So we're 1-0 up early on, and it was meant to be a bit more clear, but mistakes happen. 1-0. I'm not going to complain because we're in the lead. Tripadelli now going to launch the throw in into the box, and straight to Malden for Sunderland there. And we're going to just encourage them. Robinson heads down to Florini, and they're going to try and come straight back at us here. Down the right hand side, Rankine gets the ball across, and it's headed just over the bar. So a bit of a warning shot fired from themselves there. And at the moment, Shortire with the tackle there. I thought that was going to be a penalty because I know what this game's like. But now Shortire is breaking. He's got a few men with him, and it's a terrible pass. Scarlett gets lucky with the deflection. It falls back to Scarlett again, who makes it 2-0. It went from a very good chance of a breakaway goal to a very, very scrappy breakaway goal. But you know what? We don't care how they go in. That is some awful defending going on there, and somehow it's fallen Scarlett and he's put it away. I think regardless of what happens in these next two games, we're definitely going to be trying to get Scarlett for another year because he's been phenomenal. Hopefully Tottenham will let us have him once again. Christensen making a good save there. If not, we are going to be desperately after a goal-scoring striker. Mumin scores the header. No, Copping hit it into his own net. So I think the keeper made a save here, actually. Yeah, the keeper makes a save, and Copping is just stood on the line and blocks him from making the save. Which puts us 3-0 up, and it looks like we are going to be securing the playoff spot for ourselves. And maybe I'm speaking too soon, because Sunderland get one back. I'm QPR. Now, one thing I do want to mention very quickly as we approach halftime, there is actually going to be a new series coming out on the channel tomorrow at 11 o'clock. That'll be the introduction video. It's going to be a network save with previously on the channel Ashman. So we're doing a network save. I'm going to be playing as Athletic Bilbao. He's playing as Valencia. The first video is coming out on both our channels simultaneously at 11 a.m. tomorrow. And then what we're going to do is do an episode on my channel, an episode on his channel. So if you're watching over here, you'll get a game roughly every 7 games. If you're watching over on his channel, you'll get a game every 7 games, which means, of course, if you watch us simultaneously, you'll get a game roughly every 3 games. So it's going to be quite a It's going to be content heavy, that one. It is going to be. We've got a target of what we want to do. We're going to try and do the episodes on a Saturday and Sunday. So a Saturday on my channel, Sunday on his channel, or vice versa. And just so that because of having to, we're only doing the 2 episodes a week, one each, because of how we're expecting the recording process to be. Having to arrange times we can both record on is going to be a bit of a challenge. So hopefully, by doing it that way, we will be able to keep it going like two episodes a week, as Scarlett puts us 4-1 up and secures the victory for us with his 34th goal of the season. So as I say, it's one that's going to be quite heavy on content with how often you're going to be getting episodes if you watch both of us. If you watch, well, not, yeah, a lot of games will be shown, and what we're aiming for is 2 a week. If we find that we're really on top of it, we might release a couple extra. If we're struggling, we might do 1 a week. We've got to see how it goes overall. But that will be starting tomorrow, and we have just secured our spot in the playoffs. And what we'll do now is go and play our final game of the season, and then tomorrow we can get into the playoffs. Okay, and for the final game of the season, we are going with some small changes. So Christensen's still in goal. Mensah is at right back, and it's now Williams partnering Mumin at centre back. Masengo and Amos are in midfield. And then the front 4 is exactly the same, apart from Gallego coming in for Scarlett. So we can still finish 4th, 5th, or 6th. What I've gone for is little bits of rotation in areas we were able to. So rest the right back, rest Cassata, rest Scarlett, and also resting Charles, because they've all played quite a lot of games recently. In terms of Shortire, Akalde, and Chair, we don't really have options because of Victor Manuel being injured recently. So we're just kind of having to gut them through it, and that's something that I do want to try and improve over the summer. Whatever happens league-wise, we want to try and get a bit more backup for those players. As a first team, they're fantastic, and they're only going to get better because I think all of them are quite young, except for Chair. So they're only going to get better, and hopefully we can continue that next year. We just need a bit more rotation so that Chair and Akalde in particular have had times where they've been playing and they're absolutely knackered within half an hour. We need more options to allow us to rest them in the smaller games. We haven't had that this year, so we've just had to keep on playing them. And Chair in particular was the guy who he was at one point he was getting 3 days rest in between games just to try and keep his fitness there. So that would be something I would really like to invest in over the summer. I think a first 11, we're really, really strong now. We just need to improve that rotation. And Williams heads it down to Masengo and Akalde. Amos sends it out to Chair, who's looked for Gallego in behind. That was a fantastic chance. It was offside. But you would also like to see that put in the back of the net. Chair with the corner now. Williams is at the near post and he hits the bar. And early on, we are all over Huddersfield here, as Mumin brings it down fantastically and gets it, plays our way safely out. Akalde tried the ball through for Gallego, but it's blocked. And now Williams and Masengo just gonna calmly keep control of the ball and as long as Huddersfield don't have it, we can build our way back up as the ball goes through for Tripadelli down the left-hand side. Cross goes in, Gallego heads it just over. We are looking quite dangerous so far in this game. And this is a bit of form that we'd like to see go into the playoffs as Mumin scores off the corner to put us 1-0 up. I don't know how good Huddersfield are, I'll be completely honest. But however good they are, what is the goalkeeper doing? We are making them look worse than that. And as things stand, we're actually moving up into 4th. Doesn't affect anything. We still play Crystal Palace in the playoffs. The only way that changes is if Crystal Palace lose and quite a bit of a goal difference swing as well, as we nearly get our second goal there. Johnson now on the left-hand side. I think our best option in the playoffs would probably be play Crystal Palace now and Middlesbrough beat West Brom. That would be ideal for us. Huddersfield have only just survived relegation, so we should be all over them, really. They've not had a shot in the first half. We've been looking very strong. Hopefully we can just keep that going in the second half. Yeah, so there's been quite a big goal swing for us to play Middlesbrough instead of Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are now winning, so we look dead set to be playing Crystal Palace. And West Brom are actually moving into the playoffs at the moment. They're beating Sheffield Wednesday, and I'm not sure what Bournemouth are doing, but Bournemouth might be dropping into the playoffs alongside us. We're going to bring Coyle on and Masor. We're probably two of the players who most need the rest in Williams and Shortire. And now Curtis on the ball for Huddersfield. Plays it inside to Dobson. And it's gone out to the left-hand side with Johnson. Chair dispossesses him, and we're going to try and build our way back down the left-hand side. Ball through to Chair. And he's got Gallego in the box, who's gone down, but Coyle's at the far post to put it in the back of the net. And that's 2-0. We're going to praise them. And I think that is game over here. And we are starting to look ahead to how we're going to approach the Crystal Palace games. I mean, you'd argue that if that doesn't fall to Coyle, we're probably getting a penalty there anyway. The latest scores is all broken again. It was fixed at one point. We're now climbing back above Crystal Palace. Never mind. That ended that very quickly. Akalde bringing the ball down quite nicely there. We're looking at Akalde and Chair. Can we get one of them off? Not really. But you know what? At this stage, what we're going to do is bring Chair off for Casata and just make these changes. So he's going to sit there. Box-to-box midfielder for him. Casata can be there. Akalde and Coyle through the middle. We'll just go with the Christmas tree formation for the last few minutes, just to give Chair that couple days rest. Now, I don't know with the playoffs how it decides who plays away first, as Huddersfield get one back there, and let's hope they don't manage to get another one back. But is it based on... I imagine like whoever finishes higher plays at home or away first. I just don't know which way around it is. We get a 2-1 win there against Huddersfield, so we're going into the playoffs to play Crystal Palace. And Bournemouth actually dropping out of the automatic promotion spots. They lost to Stoke as West Brom beat Sheffield Wednesday. So yeah, Bournemouth needed to win to stay there. I didn't actually notice how tight that was, I'll be completely honest. We're going to be playing QPR at Crystal Palace. Bournemouth will be playing Middlesbrough. Ideally, we can get a result against QPR. I am not doing well. Hopefully we can get a result against Crystal Palace, and if we can get Middlesbrough in the playoff final, we could be in the Premier League, I think. If we have to play Bournemouth, that'll be a much tougher game. But on the flip side, they are going to be trying to bounce back from the disappointment of not finishing in second place when they've had it looking so secure for so much of the season. So hopefully we'll be able to pull something off in tomorrow's episode. Just go and wait for this to finish loading and see if we can find out what order we'll play them in. Watford crowned champions. Sheffield United instantly sacked their manager. I don't blame them, actually. 16th. That's disgraceful for a team that had just come down. They were favourites for the title, I think, or there or thereabouts, and absolutely bottled it. Right, it doesn't look like we're going to find out whether we're playing at home or away first. So what we'll do is we'll just find that out at the start of the next episode. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like, comment down below. Are we going to win the semi-finals? And do subscribe as well if you're enjoying the series. Thank you very much for watching.